All right, now I know some of y'all are gonna hate me and want to fight for this one, but I cannot take another. Hey friends, welcome back to my corner of the internet where we talk all things thrillers, mysteries, and suspense. In today's video, we're going to be talking about thriller tropes that I just don't really care for, you know? Now, just because I don't care for these thriller tropes doesn't mean that there aren't books that I actually liked and enjoyed that fall under this trope, but these just aren't my favorite tropes and I'm not going to necessarily gravitate towards them. So let's get into the video. Okay, I wanted to let you guys know what I am currently reading, and I am currently reading The Last Housewife by Ashley Winstead. I think this is my first Ashley Winstead book. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is my first one, but I am really enjoying it so far. I'm on chapter 12. It's about these three girls that used to be best friends in college, and then two of them ended up committing suicide like 8 years apart. So we're trying to figure out the latest one who committed suicide. Like, did she really commit suicide or was she murdered? Apparently they were a part of some kind of cult. I don't know if they really were, but I'm just getting to it right now. And y'all, this book is, I don't know, it's pretty good. I have been reading it like nonstop, and after I record this video, probably gonna go and finish it. I am buddy reading this with Melinda. This is our second book that we're going to be reading together. She has been going much faster than me, so I'm sorry, girl, if you're watching this video. I'm trying. But yes, I have been enjoying this book so far. So yeah, let's get into the video. Y'all, sorry for the adjustment of the camera. I didn't realize, I'm like, why am I so close up to the camera? I was zoomed in. But anyways, I had to write this down because I could not remember. Well, I know what tropes I don't like, but I just wanted to stay on track. But the first thriller book trope that I am not necessarily the biggest fan of is crime/detective thrillers. Like, I don't know. I'm not like a crime junkie. It's crazy. Side note, there are people when they know that I like thriller books, they're like, you must love like true crime and ID and Snapped and all of that. And I'm like, no, I don't really like real life murder, and nobody likes murder. But that's just not me. So I guess it kind of carries over into thrillers, being I don't necessarily like crime thrillers, legal thrillers, thrillers led by detectives. That's just not my cup of tea. But you will not necessarily see me gravitating towards these books. Does that mean I'm not going to read it? No, it might be at the bottom of the barrel for me. So a good example of detective novels or crime thrillers for me would be The Institution. I just read that one a couple of weeks ago, and that was a book about was she really a detective? Her partner was a detective. She was a forensic profiler. Anyways, same legal police force, that type of thing. But I really did enjoy that book, and she was the main character. She was the detective / profiler, and I did enjoy that book. But it also had the psych ward element that I love, so that maybe that's why I liked it. So that's one example of crime thrillers that I actually did enjoy. Now, an author who I enjoy, like the detective POVs, is typically Loreth Ann White. Like, almost every single one of her books has a detective point of view. Like, The Patient's Secret had a detective point of view. The Maid's Diary had a point of view. I think her other two books have detective point of view. So I do enjoy it in doses. I'm not just going to go and read like a Simone St. James book or a James Patterson book. That does not impress me much, okay? So unless you guys have a book that you think I would just really enjoy, that everyone really and their mother enjoys. So let me know down below if there are any crime thrillers, detective thrillers that you think I should check out. Now, this next one might really surprise you because this trope is very popular within the thriller genre, and it's missing person. I'm telling you, I am so sick and tired of it. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to read about this missing child, this missing person. I don't want to read about it. Like, I'm not going to gravitate towards a missing person book. Like, if I read the back of the book and it says missing person, I'm like, all right, put it down. Like, I don't want to read about it. But I did enjoy, if you know, I loved Local Woman Missing. And that was about like 5 missing people. Y'all, that book was good. It was very good. But then I liked it also because it had multiple point of views. It wasn't just about the missing person. It had a lot of scandals and lies, and it was a good book. If you haven't read that one, definitely go check out Local Woman Missing by Mary Kubica. I really need to start learning how to pronounce these authors' names and put some respect on their names. I need to be able to pronounce their names correctly. But I did enjoy Local Woman Missing, and I also enjoyed Little Secrets by Jennifer Hillier, and that book is about a woman's child that goes missing. But that book was crazy. That was a very twisted book. It was, but I did enjoy it. But I enjoyed those two books with the missing person theme, but honestly, I don't gravitate towards them. I get it. It's a realistic thing. There are so many people that love realistic books in the thriller community or just in the book community in general. And I'm like, all right, can we think of something else? Let's think of something else. So yes, there are some missing person books I enjoy, but I'm just never really going to pick them up, honestly. So if you do have any recommendations, let me know down below and I might check it out. All right, now I know some of y'all are gonna hate me and want to fight for this one, but I cannot take another podcast element book. When I tell you they took that element and ran with it, every single book between 2020 and like right now, it has a podcast element. And at one point I did really enjoy None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. But the more I sit and ponder and think about that book, I'm like, the book really wasn't even that great, to be honest. Like, I rated it 4 stars, but the ending, I don't like those type of endings. And honestly, if you go through, I don't know. A lot of people said they enjoyed the audio of it, but I read the physical book and I'm just like, it was a good book and it had a lot of things that I liked, but I don't enjoy the podcast element. Funny enough, I love listening to podcasts, but I'm just like, I don't want to read about this in my thriller books. I don't. Also, this book has a podcast element, and when I read the back of the book, I just ordered it off Amazon because I was watching Sydney Books on Instagram. She was talking about this book and saying not a lot of people have read this, and she was like, it definitely deserves all the hype, and it's centered around cults, and I definitely like that. So that's why I bought it. But when I got the book and I read the back, I said, oh God, recruiting the help of the podcast host. I was like, oh, great. But I am enjoying this book so far. So like I'm saying, take this with a grain of salt. These are thriller tropes that I just don't necessarily enjoy, but that doesn't mean I don't read these type of books. Okay. But anyways, then there's Listen for the Lie. I have not read that book yet, but I'm just like, I don't want to read it anymore because it's just podcast. There's a Loretta Ann White book that I wanted to read, and then I was reading the back. I think it's called The Devil's Swimmer or something like that. That one has a podcast element. I'm just like, I am so sick and tired of the podcast. Let's find something new. If it was like mixed media podcast, if they use all the medias, I don't know. But I'm tired of that one. If you agree, let me know down below in the comments. But if you love a good podcast thriller book, let me know down below what book I should check out to kind of make me change my mind. Okay, and the last one is probably my least favorite, and it is Dark Academia. Y'all, maybe because I'm so far removed from school, from high school, from college, I'm like, I don't care. I simply do not care. I don't care that y'all have these secrets in a boarding school. I don't care that you got shipped off here because you're just a bad person. When I tell you I do not care for Dark Academia, I can probably tell you I've read like 2 or 3 books. Even the TV shows, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. Do I care? I don't care. Y'all, I'm just getting upset talking about this right now. But I don't know. It's something about it. Maybe it's also probably because I don't read young adult books again, because I feel like I'm so far removed from college, from high school. I am 29. Like I don't care about the teeny bopper drama. Take a shot after every time I say I don't care, but yeah, I don't like it. I did like They Never Learn by, what's her name? Something Fargo? Obviously, I'll have it up here. That was a good Dark Academia book that I enjoyed, but it was also because it was like a woman's revenge type of story, so I was here for it. But there are just some other ones. And I feel like Dark Academia / I don't know if this is an actual trope, but I do not like this theme of these books when like there's 5 people, 5 friends had a secret. They did a terrible thing in college and they probably killed somebody or did something terribly. And then 10 years later, everything's coming back to the surface. And then it's like one by one, they're each dying because of this terrible thing that they did like 10 years ago. I do not like that one either, but it usually goes hand in hand with Dark Academia because they did it in high school or college. And boarding school or whatever. And, I am so over that one. Out of all of them, I really don't like that one. I can only give you one example, and that is, actually, no, I can give you two examples because I just recently finished this book. I finished The Lion Game by Ruth Ware. That had every single thing I just talked about. Boarding school, dark academia. We did a terrible thing back then. Now, 20 years later, it's coming back to haunt us. I don't like those. I don't know. Am I weird for not liking those? I don't know. But you guys, yeah, I'm I'm starting to ramble now, but yeah, I definitely do not like that. And do you agree? Do you like dark academia? I don't know. I guess I'm not a young adult anymore. Anyways, I'm about to start rambling, so let me cut to the chase. Okay, friends, those are, how many was that? 5? Those are the thriller book tropes that I just do not really care for. I will definitely read books by them, but those are not my first choice for thriller books. So let me know down below if you agree with anything that I said. If you disagree, give me a good rec. Maybe you can convince me to change my mind otherwise. But thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.